Aaliyah's phone wouldn't stop buzzing. 3:47 a.m. The sound pulled her out of sleep. One notification, then another, then 10, then 100. The vibrations were constant now, like a swarm of angry bees trapped in her nightstand. She reached for it with one hand, eyes still half closed, expecting maybe a spam call or Emma drunk texting from some afterparty. What she saw made her blood turn to ice. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Every app was exploding with notifications. Her name was trending, #1 in South Korea, #3 worldwide. She sat up, opened Twitter with shaking hands. An account called @SoulTruthTeller had posted a thread 3 hours ago. It already had 2.4 million views. The first tweet was a photo of Aaliyah, professional headshot, except someone had written "scammer" across her face in red letters. The thread continued. Everyone thinks Aaliyah Mensa is a hero. Let me show you who she really is. Screenshot. Her transaction with the waiter. $200 for a fake gala invitation. Timestamped, verified. She snuck into Kang Foundation's gala illegally. Next tweet. Bankruptcy notices, her credit card statements, her overdue rent. All of it leaked, all of it real. She was 3 weeks from being homeless, desperate, and then she saw an opportunity. Next tweet. A 10-second video clip, edited to make it look like Aaliyah had studied Kang Hyuk before the gala, like she'd planned the whole thing. She targeted Kang Hyuk, used his daughter, played the hero, and secured $15 million. Next tweet. Audio. Aaliyah's voice crystal clear. I can't believe this idiot is giving me $15 million. Aaliyah's hands started shaking. She remembered that moment. She'd said it to Emma as a joke the day after signing the contract. They were laughing about how surreal it all was. Someone had been recording. Someone had taken it out of context. The final tweet was a photo. Aaliyah and Kang Hyuk leaving his office late at night, her hand on his arm, him looking at her like she was the only person in the world. Caption, she didn't just secure the bag, she secured the man. Professional scammer. Respect the hustle. The comments underneath were a war zone. I knew something was off about her. Black women always playing the victim, then robbing men blind. She used his daughter as a pawn. Disgusting. Kang Hyuk got played by a pretty face. She's a genius, honestly. Someone needs to investigate Luxe Noir. Those designs were probably stolen too. Aaliyah's bedroom door flew open. Emma stood there in pajamas, phone in hand, eyes wild. Aaliyah, what the hell is happening? Before Aaliyah could answer, her phone rang. Kang Hyuk. She answered. Her voice came out smaller than she wanted. Did you see it? He snapped. Don't read the comments. His voice was sharp, controlled, dangerous. I'm sending security to your apartment right now. Why would I need security? Because someone just leaked your home address, and there are people outside your building. Aaliyah's heart stopped. She got out of bed, walked to the window, pulled back the curtain just an inch. 50 people, maybe more. Cameras, phone lights, signs. She couldn't read them from the 4th floor, but she could feel the anger radiating up. Someone spotted her in the window, pointed. The crowd surged forward. Aaliyah stepped back, let the curtain fall. They're already here, she whispered. I know. Security is 3 minutes out. Don't leave the apartment. Don't open the door for anyone except my men. Hyuk, He cut her off. We're going to fix this, I promise. Just stay inside. He hung up. Emma was staring at her. Aaliyah, this is bad. This is really bad. We need to lawyer up. We need to release a statement. Aaliyah, we need to find out who's doing this. Aaliyah went to her laptop, opened it, started digging. This is Afro Soul Stories. Stay with me. You don't want to miss a second of this. And this is where everything fell apart. But to understand how we got here, we need to go back 1 month to the moment when everything seemed perfect, when Aaliyah thought she'd finally won. 1 month earlier, Seoul Fashion Week was over. Luxe Noir was the biggest story in Asian fashion. Pre-orders hit $12 million in the first week. Vogue Korea put Aaliyah on the cover. Elle Japan called her the future of luxury streetwear. Sua's Instagram went from 20,000 followers to 2.3 million overnight. Everyone wanted a piece of the story. The Ghanaian-American designer, the billionaire investor, the half-black model. It was perfect. It was beautiful. It was everything Aaliyah had ever dreamed of. Emma had sold the ring within a week. $4.8 million, split between Luxe Noir expansion and Aaliyah's first real savings account. She tried to give Kang Hyuk his money back. He refused. But nobody knew about her and Kang Hyuk. They kept it secret, deliberately, carefully. They would meet late at night, his penthouse, her studio, stolen hours when the world wasn't watching. One night, 2 weeks after the fashion show, Aaliyah was in his office at 2 a.m. She was sketching designs for the next collection. He was supposed to be reviewing contracts, but he'd given up an hour ago. Now he was just watching her work. She felt his eyes on her, looked up. What? Nothing. You're staring. I'm observing. That's the same thing. It's different when you're this beautiful. Aaliyah rolled her eyes, but she was smiling. You're corny. I'm honest. She set down her pencil, turned to face him fully. Why are we hiding this? Kang Hyuk leaned back in his chair. Because the moment the world knows, they'll have opinions. They'll say, I'm using you for good PR, or you're using me for money, or both. And I don't want their noise in our space. So we hide forever? No, we hide until you're so undeniably successful that no one can say you needed me to get there. He stood, walked around the desk, sat on the edge in front of her. I want you to have this moment, pure, untainted. You earned it, not because of me, because of you. And after, I'm going to make it so obvious that I'm in love with you that no one will be able to question it. Aaliyah's breath caught. He'd never used that word before. Love. You're in love with me? Kang Hyuk smiled, soft, real, the smile he only showed her and Sua. Completely. He kissed her, slow and deep and full of promise. For a moment, the world was perfect. Meanwhile, across the city, Sua was at a rooftop party. Industry people, models, photographers, everyone wanted to talk to her. Everyone wanted a photo. She was the breakout star of Seoul Fashion Week. She posted a selfie on Instagram. Within minutes, 10,000 likes. Within an hour, 100,000. But if you scroll down to the comments, past the heart emojis and the fire emojis and the queen comments, you'd find them. The ones that made her stomach turn. Monkey emoji, monkey emoji, monkey emoji. Go back to the jungle. Half-breed. Your mother was a... She stopped reading. She'd learned to stop reading. She smiled, took another photo, posted it. Ignored the comments. She was getting good at ignoring things. Meanwhile, in a cheap motel room in Busan, Park Ji-yeon sat on a bed that smelled like cigarettes and bleach. She was watching the same Instagram post on a burner phone, watching Sua smile, watching the likes pile up, watching the world love the people who destroyed her. Her hands were shaking, not from sadness, from rage. A knock on the door. She opened it. A man stood there. 50s, handsome in that dangerous way. Tailored suit, expensive watch, warm smile, eyes like a shark. Miss Park, he said. His voice was smooth, cultured. Ji-yeon stepped aside, let him in. He sat in the room's only chair, pulled out a silver cigarette case, offered her one. She shook her head. He lit his own, took a slow drag. So, Kang Hyuk took everything from you. Yes. Your reputation, your future, your dignity. Yes. And now he's playing house with that foreign designer while his daughter gets everything you were supposed to have. Ji-yeon's jaw tightened. What do you want? The man smiled. I want the same thing you want. I want Kang Hyuk to suffer. Why? Because 15 years ago, he took something from me too. Something I can never get back. He leaned forward. My name is Lee Young-ho, and I'm gonna help you destroy him. Ji-yeon stared at him. She'd heard that name before, in whispers, in rumors. Lee Young-ho, Kang Hyuk's former partner, the man who ran the other half of Seoul's underworld before Hyuk went legitimate. Why would you help me? Because you have access I don't have. You know his patterns, his weaknesses, his secrets. Jung-ho smiled. And because when this is over, I'm gonna take everything he built, but I need him broken first, humiliated, desperate. What do I get? Revenge. Isn't that enough? Ji-yeon thought about it, about Kang Hyuk's face when he threw away the ring, about being dragged out of the gala, about the past month living in motels and borrowed apartments while the world moved on without her. What's the plan? Jung-ho's smile widened. First, we destroy the girl, the designer, make everyone believe she's a con artist, turn the world against her. How? Leave that to me. I have people, hackers, journalists, will leak just enough truth mixed with lies that no one will know what to believe. He took another drag. Then, when Hyuk is distracted trying to protect her, we hit him with the real blow. Which is? Jung-ho's eyes gleamed. We tell everyone what really happened to his wife. Jiyeon's blood went cold. Naomi? What about her? That car crash wasn't an accident, and Kang Hyuk knows it. He's known for 15 years, but he's kept it quiet because the truth would destroy everything he's built. How do you know that? Jung-ho laughed, cold, bitter. Because I'm the one who killed her. The room went silent. Jiyeon took a step back. You what? Naomi Clark was going to expose our operation to the FBI. She had evidence. She was going to testify. So I had her eliminated. And when Kang Hyuk found out, he came to kill me. But I had leverage. I had people watching his daughter. So he made a deal. He walks away, goes clean, never speaks of Naomi's death again, and I let Sua live. Jiyeon felt sick. You killed her mother. I solved a problem. Jung-ho stubbed out his cigarette, and now I'm going to use that same leverage to take everything from him. His company, his daughter, his new woman, everything. I didn't sign up for... You signed up for revenge. This is what revenge costs. Jung-ho stood. So are you in, or should I find someone else? Jiyeon's mind was racing. This was too much. This was murder. This was... She thought about Kang Hyuk, about the way he looked at Aaliyah, about the ring he was going to give her and gave to someone else instead. I'm in. Jung-ho smiled. Good, let's get to work. Back in the present, 3:47 a.m., Aaliyah's apartment. Aaliyah was staring at her laptop screen. Emma was pacing. Kang Hyuk's security had arrived and were posted outside the door. I found something, Aaliyah said. Emma stopped pacing. What? All the leaked information about me came from 3 sources. The waiter who sold me the fake invitation, my accountant who had my financial records, and someone who bugged my office. How do you know it was bugged? Because that audio clip, I said that in my office. Only you were there, and I know you didn't record it. Emma's eyes widened. Someone planted a bug? During the Fashion Week after party, my studio was full of strangers. Anyone could have done it. Okay, but who paid them? Aaliyah clicked through transaction records she'd pulled from her accountant's email. All 3 of them got paid by different shell companies, but all 3 shell companies traced back to the same law firm, Kim and Associates. So, Kim and Associates used to represent the Park family, Ji-yeon's family. Emma's jaw dropped. She's alive. She's alive, and she's coming for all of us. Aaliyah's phone rang. Kang Hyuk again. I found something too, he said without preamble. What? The @Soul Truth Teller account. It's not new. It's been active for 6 weeks, slowly posting rumors about me, building a narrative. About what? About my past, about the syndicate, and about Naomi. Aaliyah's stomach dropped. What about Naomi? Someone's digging, and if they find what I think they're going to find, he didn't finish. Because at exactly 4 a.m., @Soul Truth Teller posted again. Aaliyah watched it load in real time. A new thread, this one longer, more detailed, police reports, witness statements, photos from the crash site. Kang Sua's mother, Naomi Clark, died in a car crash 15 years ago. Everyone thinks it was an accident. It wasn't. Next tweet, autopsy report, redacted but readable, brake lines cut. Next tweet, police investigation notes, suspected foul play, case closed due to lack of evidence. Next tweet, Kang Hyuk knew and he covered it up. Final tweet, press conference tomorrow, 10 a.m., the truth comes out. The thread went viral instantly. Within minutes, Korean news outlets were picking it up. Within an hour, international. By sunrise, it was the biggest story in Asia, and Sua saw it. She was in her apartment, alone. She'd been asleep when her phone started buzzing. She woke up, checked Twitter, and her entire world shattered. Her mother murdered. Her father knew for 15 years. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just got dressed, called a car, and went straight to her father's penthouse. She walked past his assistant, past his bodyguards, straight into his office where he was meeting with a team of lawyers trying to figure out how to respond to the thread. "Everyone out," Suwa said. Her voice was calm, dead calm. The lawyers looked at Kang Yuk. He nodded. They left. The door closed. Father and daughter stood on opposite sides of the massive office. "Is it true?" Suwa asked. Kang Yuk didn't lie to his daughter. Yes. The word hung in the air like smoke. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then Suwa's hands curled into fists. "You knew my mother was murdered." "Yes." "For 15 years?" "Yes." "Who did it?" "Lee Jong-ho, my former partner." "Where is he now?" "Alive." Suwa laughed. It was a broken sound, hollow. "You let him live." "I had no choice. There's always a choice." "Not this time." Kang Yuk stepped toward her. She stepped back, like his presence burned. "Jung-ho had people watching you. The day I found out about your mother, I went to kill him. He told me if he died, you would die within the hour. So I made a deal. I walked away. I went legitimate. I sent you to London, and he let you live. So I'm the reason you became weak? You're the reason I stayed human. I don't want to be the reason." Sua's voice broke. She was crying now, angry tears that she couldn't stop. "I don't want to be the thing that stopped you from avenging her. All this time, I thought she died in an accident. I thought it was just bad luck, random, meaningless. But someone murdered her, and you let him walk free for me." "Yes, I hate you for that." The words hit Kang Hyuk like bullets, but he didn't flinch. He just stood there, taking it. Because what else could he do? He'd made his choice 15 years ago, and he'd make it again. Suwa was crying harder now, not the angry tears anymore, just broken ones. "I know," he said quietly. His voice cracked just slightly. "I know you do, and you have every right to." Silence filled the space between them, the kind of silence that felt like it might never end. "I can't look at you right now," Suwa finally said. "I understand." Suwa turned toward the door. Her hand was on the handle when Kang Hyuk spoke again. "Where are you going?" "Away from you." "Suwa." "Don't." She stopped, didn't turn around. "Don't call me. Don't follow me. Don't send your people. I need to be alone." She left. The door closed behind her with a soft click, and Kang Hyuk was alone. He stood there in the middle of his massive office, surrounded by windows that overlooked all of Seoul, all that power, all that wealth, all that success, and none of it mattered, because his daughter hated him. An hour later, Aaliyah found him there. He was still standing in the same spot, staring at the door Suwa had walked through. He hadn't moved, hadn't called anyone, hadn't done anything. Aaliyah didn't say anything. She just walked to him, wrapped her arms around him, and held him. For a long moment, he didn't move. Then his shoulders started shaking. Silent at first, then not so silent. Kang Hyuk, the man who had run Seoul's underworld, the man who made billionaires nervous, the man who never showed weakness, broke. "She hates me," he whispered against Aaliyah's shoulder. "She's hurting. There's a difference." "I lost her." "No, you saved her. 15 years ago, and you'll save her again." Aaliyah pulled back just enough to look at him. "But first, we need to find her." She said not to follow. "And you're going to listen?" Kang Hyuk almost smiled, almost. She turned off her phone, location services, everything. "Then we do it the old-fashioned way." Aaliyah pulled out her phone and put it on speaker. "Emma, I need you to track Suwa." "How? She's offline." Emma's voice came through the phone. "Credit card, hotel bookings, anything." "On it. I'm typing right now." While Emma worked from the apartment, Aaliyah sat at Kang Hyuk's massive desk, opening her laptop to keep digging into @Seoul Truth Teller. But she was hitting a wall. The encryption was too good. The VPNs were bouncing everywhere. Aaliyah pushed back from the desk, rubbing her eyes. "I can't find them. Whoever's doing this covered their tracks perfectly." Emma, maybe we're out of our depth here. Maybe we should just let the lawyers. Gotcha, Emma interrupted through the speaker. Aaliyah leaned forward. You found Sua? No, I found the Twitter account. Check your messages. Aaliyah opened the screenshot Emma just sent. You designed the clothes, Aaliyah. I run our PR and live on the internet, Emma said proudly. And I just found their one mistake, one tiny slip. Aaliyah looked at the image. It was an early post from 6 months ago, a photo from inside a private club in Gangnam. That club doesn't allow photography, Emma said, and it only has 100 members. Aaliyah pulled up the membership list on her own screen. King Hyuk's name was on it. So was Lee Jung-ho's. Jung-ho is behind this, Aaliyah breathed. King Hyuk looked up from across the office. What? The account, the leaks, all of it. It's Jung-ho. Why now? Because you're happy. You have Sua back. You have me. You built a legitimate empire, and he can't stand it. King Hyuk's expression darkened. Where is he? I don't know, but I know someone who might. Who? The detective who worked Naomi's case. Aaliyah had found his name in the police reports. Retired Detective Kim Sang-woo. She tracked him down to a small apartment in Nawon-gu. She went alone. King Hyuk wanted to come, but she told him no. He won't talk to you, but he might talk to me. The old detective answered the door looking exactly like someone who'd spent 30 years in homicide. Tired, weathered, sick. I know why you're here, he said before Aaliyah introduced herself. Can I come in? He stepped aside. The apartment was small, cluttered with files, an oxygen tank in the corner. He was dying, cancer probably. You want to know about Naomi Clark? Yes. I can't help you. Can't or won't? Both, he coughed, sat down heavily. That case was buried 15 years ago. King Hyuk made sure of it. He didn't kill her. I know. Lee Jung-ho did. The tiny room felt like it was shrinking. Aaliyah sat across from him, trying to process the weight of those words. Murder. Then why didn't you arrest him? She asked quietly. Because I like being alive. The detective laughed bitterly. You don't understand how things worked back then. Jung-ho and Kan Hyuk ran this city. The police were either on their payroll or too scared to act. Naomi Clark was going to testify against them to the FBI. She had evidence of their drug operation, names, dates, everything. So Jung-ho killed her. He ordered it, made it look like an accident. Aaliyah closed her eyes. A car crash, a mother bleeding out. And when Kang Hyuk found out, the detective continued, he went to war. But Jung-ho was smart. He had insurance. He had people watching Sua. Told Hyuk if he died, the kid died too. So Hyuk backed down? He made a deal, walked away from the life, sent his daughter to London, never spoke about Naomi's murder again. But going fully legitimate took years. Some of his subsidiaries were still running dirty operations for a long time. He had to clean them up slowly, quietly, and Jung-ho kept his word. The detective paused, looked at the window. For 15 years, he left them alone. Until now. Until now. The detective coughed again, harder this time. Jung-ho can't stand that Hyuk is happy, that he's successful, that he escaped, so he's going to take it all away. How? By making Hyuk choose again between his daughter and his empire, but this time he won't be able to protect both. Aaliyah's phone buzzed. Emma. Found her. She used her credit card at the Shilla Hotel, Gangnam. Aaliyah's blood turned to ice. The Shilla Hotel, where Lee Jung-ho owned the penthouse. She stood. Where is Jung-ho now? The detective met her eyes. If that girl is at his hotel, you need to get her out right now. Aaliyah was already running. She called Kang Hyuk from the car. Sua's at the Shilla Hotel. Jung-ho's hotel. I know, I'm 2 minutes away. Aaliyah, do not go in there alone. He will kill you. He won't kill me in a hotel full of witnesses. You don't know him like I do. I don't have time to wait. Just get here. She hung up. The car pulled up outside the hotel. Aaliyah jumped out before it fully stopped. But then she froze. Her hand was on the door handle, but she couldn't move. She was terrified. This wasn't her fight. This wasn't her world. She was a designer, not a bodyguard. If she walked in there and Jung-ho decided to make her an example, who would stop him? She sat there, paralyzed by fear for 3 full seconds. Then Emma's voice came through the phone, which was still connected to the car's Bluetooth. "Girl, if you don't go save that child..." Aaliyah moved. She ran inside. The lobby was pristine, marble and gold and chandeliers, security everywhere. And there was Sua, standing by the elevators, finger hovering over the button for the penthouse. "Sua!" Sua turned. Her eyes were red and swollen. She'd been crying for hours. "Go home, Aaliyah. You can't do this. He killed my mother. I know, and he wants you to come up there. That's the plan. He leaks the truth, you come for revenge, and he kills you, and your father has to watch. I don't care." "I do." Aaliyah stepped closer. "Sua, listen to me. Your father spent 15 years keeping you alive. Don't waste that now." "He should have told me the truth." "You're right, he should have. But he didn't, because he loves you more than he loves himself, more than he loves justice, more than anything." Aaliyah's voice cracked. "And if you go up there and die, it will destroy him." Sua was crying again. "I don't know what to do. I'm so angry. I'm so tired. I know. I want him to pay. He will, but not like this." The elevator doors opened. Lee Jung-ho stepped out. He was exactly as the detective described. Handsome, tailored, warm smile, dead eyes. The kind of man who looked like he belonged in boardrooms and charity galas, not in the underworld. That was what made him dangerous. "Sua," he said warmly, like greeting an old friend, like he had any right to say her name. He stopped a few feet away, looked at her face, studied it the way you'd study a painting. "You look just like your mother." The words hung in the air. Sua froze, every muscle in her body locked, because this man, this stranger in the expensive suit with the warm smile, was the man who killed Naomi, and he was talking about her like she was an old friend. Jung-ho approached. His security detail moved with him, but stayed back, professional, quiet. "I'm so sorry for your loss. Naomi was a beautiful woman. What happened to her was tragic." Aaliyah stepped between them. "We're leaving." Jung-ho looked at her, really looked, like examining a specimen. Aaliyah Mensa, the hero of the gala, the woman who saved this girl's life. He smiled. "And now you're sleeping with her father. That's poetic." "We're leaving," Aaliyah repeated. "Of course. But first, Sua, you should know something." He turned his attention back to the girl. "Your father didn't just let me live, he let me thrive, because he was too weak to do what needed to be done. And your mother died because of that weakness." Sua lunged. Aaliyah caught her, held her back with both arms. Jung-ho laughed. Just like Naomi, all fire, no control. That's what got her killed. That's when Kang-hyuk walked in. The entire lobby went silent. Even Jung-ho's security tensed. Kang-hyuk crossed the marble floor like a predator. Every eye in the room followed him. He didn't look at Jung-ho. He went straight to his daughter, took her gently from Aaliyah's arms, held her. "You're okay. I've got you." Only then did he turn to Jung-ho. "You're going to leave now, and you're going to stop this." Jung-ho smiled. "Or what? You'll kill me? Here? In front of all these people? In front of your daughter?" He gestured around the lobby. "You've gone soft, Hyuk. The old you would have put a bullet in my head already. Try me." Jung-ho studied him for a long moment. Then he laughed and turned to leave. But before he stepped into the elevator, he turned back. "Press conference. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. Grand Hyatt. I'm telling the world everything. Every crime you committed, every person you killed, every deal you made. Your empire ends tomorrow, Hyuk." His smile widened. "And there's nothing you can do about it." The elevator doors closed. Kang-hyuk stood there, Sua in his arms, Aaliyah beside him, security everywhere, and no way out. That night, Kang-hyuk's penthouse. Sua was asleep in the guest room. Finally, she'd cried herself to exhaustion. Emma had arrived with food no one was eating. She sat on the couch, laptop open, monitoring the social media wildfire. Aaliyah and Kang Hyuk sat across from each other at the dining table. Between them was the impossible problem. "I have a plan," Kang Hyuk said. Aaliyah looked up. "I turned myself in before the press conference. I confess to everything. Take full responsibility. Jung-ho gets what he wants. My empire falls, but you and Suwa will be safe." "No!" "It's the only way." "It's not." "Aaliyah, listen to me." She leaned forward. "Jung-ho doesn't just want you destroyed. He wants you humiliated. He wants the world to see you fall. That's his revenge." "Yes. So we give him that, but on our terms." Ken Hyuk frowned. "I don't understand." "We go to the press conference and we tell the truth. All of it. Your past, Naomi's murder, the deal you made, everything." "That destroys me." "No, it makes you human." Aaliyah reached across the table, took his hand. "Right now, you're Kang Hyuk, the untouchable billionaire, the former crime boss, the man who scares everyone. But if you go in front of those cameras and tell them you're a father who made a deal with the devil to save his daughter, that's different. The law won't care. Maybe not, but people will. And people have power. You're asking me to trust the world. I'm asking you to trust me." Kang Hyuk looked at her. This woman who kicked down a bathroom door to save his daughter, who built a fashion empire in 6 weeks, who was now asking him to put his entire life in her hands. He nodded slowly. "Okay." Before they could plan further, Aaliyah's phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. "Hello?" A woman's voice, shaking, terrified, crying. "Aaliyah, you need to listen to me." Aaliyah's blood went cold. "Jiyeon?" Kang Hyuk's head snapped up. "I made a mistake," Jiyeon sobbed. "I thought Jung-ho just wanted revenge. I thought he just wanted to hurt Hyuk, but he doesn't. He wants him dead, and he's going to kill him at the press conference tomorrow." "What are you—" "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know he would go this far. I didn't know he—" Gunshot. The line went dead. Aaliyah's phone dropped from her hand. "What happened?" Kang Hyuk asked. Aaliyah couldn't speak. Her phone buzzed again. Video message. Unknown sender. She picked it up with shaking hands, opened it. Lee Jung-ho filled the screen, sitting in a leather chair, smoking. Behind him, barely visible in the background, was Jiyeon's body. "Hello, Aaliyah," Jung-ho said pleasantly. "I assume Kang Hyuk is with you. Good. I want him to see this." He leaned forward, looked directly into the camera. "Tomorrow at 10 a.m., Hyuk, you're going to come to my press conference. You're going to stand in front of those cameras and confess to everything, every crime, every murder, every sin. And then you're going to announce that you're stepping down from K Group and transferring full control to me." He took a drag from his cigarette. "If you don't, I will release a second video. The security footage from the night your wife died, unedited. 30 minutes of her begging for her life before my men cut her brake lines. And I will make sure Suwa sees it first." The screen went black. Text appeared. "You have 11 hours. Choose wisely." Aaliyah and Kang Hyuk stared at each other. Emma dropped her laptop, her hands in her hair. "Oh my God! Oh my God! Emma! A woman just died. Aaliyah, she just got murdered on the phone." Emma's voice was rising to a panic. "We make clothes. We design streetwear. We are not equipped for this. We need to go to the police. We need to run, or we are going to die next." Aaliyah froze. The adrenaline faded, leaving nothing but cold, paralyzing terror. Emma was right. They were entirely out of their depth. Aaliyah looked at the black screen of the phone, looked at Kang Hyuk's devastated face. For a long, terrifying second, she wanted to run. She wanted to pack a bag, get on a plane to Brooklyn, and never look back. It would be so easy to walk away. But she looked at Kang Hyuk, the man who protected her when she was nobody. She took a deep, shaking breath, pushed the fear down. "We're not running. Aaliyah said, softly, her voice steadying. We call the only person who can help us now. King Yuk stopped pacing. Who? Someone who knows Jung Ho better than anyone. Someone who has just as much reason to want him dead. She pulled out her phone, started scrolling through contacts. What are you doing? Making an alliance. She found what she was looking for. A number she'd gotten from the retired detective. A number she'd hoped she'd never have to use. She dialed. A voice answered. Male. Rough. Suspicious. Who is this? My name is Aaliyah Mensa, and I need to speak to whoever ran Seoul before King Yuk did. Silence. Then, why? Because Lee Jung-ho is about to take over the city, and I don't think you want that any more than we do. Another pause. Longer this time. What are you proposing? A meeting. Tonight. We have a mutual problem. Maybe we can solve it together. Where? Itaewon. 1 hour. I'll send the address. Come alone. No. King Yuk comes with me. That's not going to work. Make it work, or watch Jung-ho become the only power in Seoul. Aaliyah's voice was steel. Your choice. She could hear breathing on the other end, thinking. 1 hour. Itaewon. If this is a trap, it's not. It better not be. The line went dead. King Yuk was staring at her. Do you have any idea what you just did? I just made an alliance with your enemies. They will kill you. Maybe. Or maybe they'll help us kill Jung-ho first. She grabbed her jacket. Are you coming or not? King Yuk looked at her. This woman who appeared in his life 1 month ago and changed everything. Who kicked down a door for his daughter. Who fought for him when she had every reason to walk away. Who was now walking into the lion's den to save his life. He had never loved anyone more. I'm coming. Emma stood up. She was still shaking, but her voice was steady. You're both insane. Probably, Aaliyah said. Stay here, watch Sua. If we're not back in 3 hours. Don't finish that sentence. Aaliyah hugged her. 3 hours. They left. The drive to Itaewon was silent. King Yuk's security followed in another car. The city passed by in streaks of neon and shadow. You don't have to do this, King Yuk said. Yes, I do. Why? Aaliyah looked at him, really looked at him. This man who had saved her brand, who believed in her when no one else did, who was about to walk into a war zone and might not walk back out. Because I love you. She said it simply, quietly, like it was the easiest truth in the world. And because I'm tired of running. It was the first time she'd said it out loud. King Yuk went very still. Then he reached over, took her hand, held it like she was the only thing keeping him anchored to earth. He didn't say it back, not yet, but the way he looked at her said everything. When this is over, you're taking me on a real date, somewhere public, somewhere the whole world can see. Deal. They pulled up to an old restaurant in Itaewon, closed for renovation, but the lights were on inside. Kang Yuk's security checked the perimeter, gave the all clear. Aaliyah and Kang Yuk walked in together. 3 men sat at a table in the middle of the empty restaurant, older, scarred, dangerous. The one in the middle stood. Kang Yuk. Choi. They stared at each other, years of history, years of blood. Then Choi looked at Aaliyah. You have guts, I'll give you that. I have a proposal, Aaliyah said. I'm listening. Lee Jung-ho is holding a press conference tomorrow. He's going to destroy Kang Yuk publicly, take over K-Group, and then he's going to come for you. Jung-ho doesn't scare me. He should, because once he controls K-Group, he controls half the legitimate business in Seoul and the other half of the underworld. That makes him untouchable. Choi sat back down, lit a cigarette. So what do you want? Help us stop him. Why would I help Kang Yuk? He's been my enemy for 20 years. Because Jung-ho is everyone's enemy, and if we don't stop him tomorrow, we never will. Choi smiled. You're smart. I see why he likes you. He looked at Kang Yuk. What's in it for me? Jung-ho's territory, Kang Yuk said. When this is over, I stay legitimate, you take his operation. We stay out of each other's way. And if you're lying, then I'll be in prison or dead. Either way, you win. Choi considered this, tapped ash from his cigarette. What's your plan? Aaliyah and Kang Yuk exchanged a look. We're still working on that part, Aaliyah admitted. Choi laughed. You came here without a plan? We came here with the beginning of one. We need you for the ending. Choi studied them both. Then he nodded. Okay, I'm in, but we do this my way. What's your way? Choi smiled. Jung-ho wants a press conference? Let's give him one he'll never forget. He leaned forward and started talking. 2 hours later, Aaliyah and Kang Yuk left the restaurant. They had a plan. It was insane. It was dangerous. It would probably get them killed, but it was a plan. In the car, Kang Yuk turned to Aaliyah. Thank you. For what? For not giving up on me. I'm not done with you yet, she smiled. You still owe me that public date. After tomorrow, the whole world will know about us. Good. He kissed her, deep and desperate and full of everything they hadn't said. When they pulled apart, Aaliyah checked her phone. 11 p.m. 11 hours until the press conference. 11 hours until everything ended, or everything began. She looked at Kang Yuk. Are you ready? He took her hand. Let's finish this. But neither of them saw the notification that popped up on Aaliyah's phone as they drove away. A message from @SoulTruthTeller, posted 2 minutes ago. A photo of them leaving the restaurant in Itaewon. Caption, Kang Yuk making deals with gangsters the night before his confession. This man will never change. The post already had 50,000 views. Jung-ho was watching, and he was ready. 11 hours until the press conference, and everything changes. If this story had you hooked, then you already know this isn't over. Subscribe, hit the notification so you don't miss what happens next. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think will happen at the press conference? Like and share this story so others can experience it too. Because the next move, it changes everything.